love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble.
What's up, racing fans? This is Keith with Each and Every Stride, giving you analysis and picks for the big stakes day ahead. Big racing action at the fairgrounds this Saturday, December 21st. 8 total stakes races on this huge card in New Orleans. The weather looks beautiful too, so really looking forward to it. It's a sunny day, good temperatures. Hopefully this is going to be a bunch of winners too to help build your bankroll for the big race day. Thank you for joining me here on the Each and Every Stride YouTube channel. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the video. Really appreciate that support. There's going to be a lot of content on the way here on the Each and Every Stride YouTube channel. And let us know who you like too in the comments coming up. I'm going to go over this big racing card. I'm going to be covering 3 stakes races. I know I mentioned there's 8. There's actually one for the Gun Runner Stakes. No, it's only a field of 5. I'm not going to be, covering that one as a betting standpoint, but that's actually the prep for the Kentucky Derby. So points will be on the line for that one. So I'm going to be looking at these 3 stakes races coming up at the fairgrounds. So let us know who you like too in the comments. Let's look at the Letellier Memorial Stakes. So I thought, some of these fields were a little bit on the shorter side, but I still thought that some of these races were good betting opportunities. A lot of horses, classy horses, and some trying the first thing, first time even routing. But this one's actually 6 furlongs on the dirt for fillies, 2 years old. Nice purses all day. So it's going to be $100,000 purse here in the Letellier Memorial Stakes, field of 7. And let's start with this. I really thought, now there's a horse actually that's I'm interested in this one that's actually cross-entered. So number 1, Her Laugh, is cross-entered in a stakes race I'm going to discuss a little later on. That's actually the one I was hinting at routing, route of ground. So connections have a couple options here. So this is for Beckman, Concepcion, going to be number 1 right here, 9-5 morning line. I'm hoping the connections actually enter this horse, this filly, in this 6 furlong dirt race. Impressive winner at Churchill Downs on debut, even from the tough 11 post out of 11 horses, even broke slow too. So broke 10th out of 11th and then just kept on coming, even from the 4th path, just, edged clear, comes back with some nice solid workouts for the number 1, Her Laugh. I like this workout of 5 furlongs on December 14th. 5 out of 56 horses. Best workout time for this horse to date in 1 minute and 4. And I think the 6 furlongs is a good distance for this daughter of Practical Joke. So I'm hoping the connections choose this one. I'll get into that other race later. But speaking of Practical Joke, I like a firster here by Practical Joke. So I think if the Practical Joke horses do well, I'm going to be doing and hopefully counting my dollars at the end too. So number 4, Simply Joking. As you see here, same trainer. So Beckman. Now, I thought it was interesting that Torres actually jumps aboard this horse. And Beckman and Torres, they do pretty well together. I mean, they hit 27%. That's, only over 11 starters. Small sample size, but I like how they've had a couple winners already. And Beckman does well. He does first-time starters, 15%. So that's something that I really like as well there. So number 4 has got to look for me. Good workouts, too. So a lot of angles point at this horse to run well. And let's look at a third horse here for you. I like this field a lot. So this is number 3, Gerland's Empire. 5-1 morning line. Get Saez for Dallas Stewart. Now, this is a horse that has actually run 2 times now in a sloppy and a muddy racetrack. Again, I was saying the weather looks pretty good for Saturday. Now gets back to that fast main track. And last time this horse was on a fast one, won. So won the race, broke the main at Churchill with an impressive effort just to get up at the wire And that was comes back actually with a nice workout of a lot of horses on this workout, huh? It was 17 out of 126 horses. So this horse has got the most experience in the field too. So when it comes to these young fillies too, I think experience really can be a big factor here. So let's take a look and see. I'm going to show you how I'm going to play this one. So this was starting out with race 5 here on the big stakes day at the fairgrounds. Got a creative trifecta box. Now, I did mention that if this one for some reason opts for the other race and scratches here, I have a horse number 2 that I'll mention here. So we'll be including that one, but I actually have a creative trifecta here. So we're going to go with 1, 3, 4 on top. So that's got to be, first place there. Then I'm also going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 for second, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 for third, right? So as simple as that. And, for 50 cents, that's a $9 wager. So I know it's a 7-horse field, but if you can get some of these prices in, depends if this number 1 runs in this race. But if not, I use the number 2. So I think the number 2, Scattermore Shoals is an interesting horse. I've actually seen this horse run. It's, Loss is the favorite twice. So that's the thing that on the 2 races. The thing that was a little concerning me is I know that last race was a few weeks back. No documented workouts since that last race on November 30th. So I know that's only a couple of weeks since then, but I don't know if I really even if it was a breezing effort, I would have liked that just to get on the track. But this horse debuted actually in dead heated for second on debut. Can play a factor, so keep an eye on that number 2. But I really like number 1, impressive winner on debut. Is there a next step forward? Hopefully the connections pick this one, the 6 furlongs again. And then the Simply Joking, saying before, a practical joke. It's got a couple of runners on this card, so I think this horse has a lot of angles to look at. And then Gerland's Empire, mentioned the experience. That's a big factor for these young fillies. Gets back to the fast track, so hopefully we catch that trifecta, guys. Let's look at the race 10 here, the Buddy Diliberto Memorial Stakes. So this is another field of 7. This is going 8.5 furlongs on the turf for 3-year-olds and up. And my top pick's going to be a price here. So it's going to be number 5 Stitched. So number 5 Stitched for Greg Foley and Declan Cannon will be aboard. So number 5 Stitch is going to be my top pick here. 12-1. This is the second start off of the layoff from June. And this horse sprinted at 5.5 furlongs just a few weeks back at Churchill. I think that was kind of a tightener for this horse to get fit off of the layoff. That was not the intention to go sprinting at that 5.5 furlong distance. Maybe just a race they wanted to get into this horse. Now the horse is going to be fitter second time, back to the preferred routing on the turf, where the success has been in the past. I mean, number 5 Stitch has banked almost $1 million in earnings. So if you look 2 years ago, I mean, this horse was on a streak. I mean, that Ellis has won at fairgrounds 2 times. So I like horses that can win at the fairgrounds multiple times. So I like the number 5 there at a big price. I'm interested to see what, I have a note here saying what the tote board's going to do. So I think a couple of my dollars will hopefully be on that horse. And we got, let's see, we got number 2 and number 3. Now, these are the more chalkier plays. So that's why I like the price on top. So I got a 12-1 for Stitch. That's going to be my top pick. And looks like Gigante and Swift Shore. These are the 2 horses I expect to take the most money. Gigante is faced much tougher recently and is looking for a prime effort. Asmussen and Jose Ortiz is in town with multiple mounts at the fairgrounds on Saturday. I mean, this combo is, they hit 33%. So as a trainer jockey combo for over 70 starters. So really great numbers for Asmussen and Jose Ortiz. Number 3, Swift Shore. Will look to set the pace. Just wired the field at Aqueduct a few weeks ago at 9 furlongs. So you're cutting back a little bit. I like that. Get a jockey board that's known for getting his horses out quick, early with speed. It's a Luis Saez aboard for Michael Maker. And I really think that that's a good match with the jockey there. I'm a little concerned that maybe if he does take a little pressure the number 3. I think the 2 will be right there. And I do like the number 5. I'm actually going to put a little win money on the 5 too. But let's talk about my play here. So I'm actually going to go with the old-fashioned trifecta box. So this one, I know it's a 7-horse field. I didn't want to get caught with the exacta box with those 2. I was mentioning number 2 and number 3. I think they're going to be kind of on the shorter side price-wise. So if we can really spice up this trifecta box with that price, I think Stitch might get bet down a little bit too. But I'm hoping they can get that price. But as I was just mentioning, you got a bullet workout on number 5. So number 5 comes with the bullet workout, 1 out of 35, 1 out of 135 horses, 48 flat. So number 5 is really second time. I think this horse is going to run a big one, number 5. And then number 2 here is faced much tougher. Top connections I was mentioning with the, really 33% there, jockey trainer combo. And I like the number 3 with the speed jockey aboard and Saez. Can you look to wire him again? Might have to use a little bit of a different dimension here. I think there's a little bit of a tougher field in this stakes. All right, so that was a good race there, number 10, Fairgrounds on Saturday. And let's look at the race 11 here, Untappable Stakes. So this is a field of 8. Good race here. So it's going to be fillies, go with for 2-year-old fillies. Another $100,000 purse here in the Untappable. Now, I mentioned the horse that's cross-entered is Her Laugh, number 3. So I kind of put this horse aside in this race. If the if the connections look to go for this one, I'm interested. I'm not liking this as much as the 6 furlong one I was mentioning before in race 5, but the 3's either going to run in this one or number 5 on the race day card. So gonna put that horse aside right here. I know I gave you my analysis on the 6 furlongs, but my top pick is going to be number 5, California Sunset. This is for Brad Cox and Giroux. 3rd start now, and this horse has gained some serious ground in both starts. I mean, this is, winner last time, breaking the maiden at Churchill, going 8.5 furlongs. Was a price that day too at 14-1. I expect a much shorter price. I know it's a 9-2 morning line. I think this horse is going to get bet down a little bit from that. Could see at least 7-2 on that one. And then my second pick is going to be number 6 here, Marth. Saez, he's got a couple live mounts on this card. Picks this horse over my 3rd choice I'm going to get to is Stable Currency, the number 1. So Saez actually picks the 6 over the 1. Marth, the 6 beat Tough Allowance Field at Churchill for these connections. And really, I mean, these connections do well at the fairgrounds. So I think 6 is a big player there. And then that morning line 7-2 for Keneally and Saez. And number 1, Stable Currency. This is the other runner that has run at this distance and won. Wired the field at Hawthorne. So I know that's kind of hard to compare Hawthorne, regular, that kind of race to the stakes field at the fairgrounds. But I really like how this horse showed a new dimension last time. So you can't just win wiring him every time. So this horse actually came back and only lost by a little bit more than a length. So it was a good learning experience. I think the number 1 actually didn't even break that slow, just kind of came from the back. So showed a new dimension there for Stable Currency for Block and Cohen. 8-1 morning line. It's going to be my 3rd pick there. So let's show you how I'm going to play the Untappable on Saturday. I'm going to go with this 156 exacta box. So as I said, I think California Sunset's really going to like this distance. Gained a lot of ground in each of the 2 starts. Number 6, Saez, takes this horse, top choice for Saez, the jockey. And I really think that fits this horse well with the running style, speed there. And then number 1, Stable Currency, only winner in the entire field at this distance. Can win different ways, though. I like how the young horses can do that now. So let us know who you like, too. And I really appreciate you all tuning in here for the big stakes day at the fairgrounds. Back to the bayou here where we're going to build the bankroll. So thank you so much. This is the Each and Every Stride YouTube channel. My 3rd video, I'm going to be coming out with some more sports content, horse racing. Each weekend now is going to be back to the road to the Kentucky Derby. As I mentioned, there is the gun runner stakes on this card. It's only a field of 5, so I didn't really want to use that from a betting standpoint, but let us know who you like there too. It's going to be Kentucky Derby points on the line. So it's starting to heat up. I mean, the New Year's almost here now. So really appreciate you all tuning in. Yeah, give me a like and give me a subscribe. We're going to be building this thing as a community all together. And thank you everybody for the support here on the Each and Every Stride YouTube channel. And keep it moving and keep cashing. Let's go now.